This no-bake Oreo cheesecake is creamy and full of chopped Oreos and Oreo crumbs and tons of Oreo flavor. It is an Oreo lover's dream. You are going to love it. Hi, I'm Lindsay from Life, Love, and Sugar, and today we're making a no-bake Oreo cheesecake. So to get started, we're going to make our crust. We're going to grab our Oreo crumbs and our melted butter. And we'll mix all this together until all of the Oreo crumbs are moistened. All right, when they're all nice and moistened and everything is combined, we'll add it to our springform pan. I usually set up my pan with some baking spray around the edges so that it doesn't stick, the crust and everything doesn't stick to the pan, and then there's parchment paper in the bottom. So we'll go ahead and pour this into our prepared pan. And then I'll kind of spread these so they're evenly dispersed in the pan. And I like to use a cup that has a 90-degree angle here to press my corners and sides into the pan and smooth out the bottom. You could also use a measuring cup. All right, once everything's pressed into your pan well, we can go ahead and flatten out the tops here at the side of the crust. All right, now we have our crust ready to go in our pan. We can pop this in the fridge to chill while we work on our cheesecake filling. To get started on our filling, we're going to add our cream cheese. This should be room temperature. Then we'll add our sugar and some vanilla extract. Pop this on our mixer and we'll mix it until it's all smooth and well combined. All right, so you'll probably want to scrape down the sides and around the bowl a little bit. Make sure you're getting everything well incorporated. All right, so that's looking good. We're actually going to set this aside and then we're going to make the whipped cream that will fold into the filling. All right, so we're going to add our cold, heavy whipping cream and some powdered sugar, which helps stabilize our whipped cream. We'll pop this onto our mixer with the whisk attachment and then whip this on high speed until you have stiff peaks. So once you have a good stiff peak with your whipped cream, you're ready to fold this into your cream cheese filling. So with folding, you kind of want to run your spatula around the outer edge and kind of fold the mixture on top of itself. But overall, you're not just in here like vigorously stirring it. You're just kind of gently folding it all together until there are no more streaks. So we've got some Oreo crumbs here and chopped Oreos. And again, we're going to fold this together because we want to make sure we're not deflating the whipped cream that's in this mixture. All right, so when you no longer see streaks of the white cream cheese mixture in here, and there aren't big clumps of Oreo crumbs, we'll grab our cheesecake crust and we'll go ahead and put this in the crust. You should not see chunks of cream cheese in here. You may see little white bits, but that's probably and should be some filling from the Oreos that you're seeing in there. All right, and now we will use our offset spatula to spread this out evenly in the pan. All right, so once that's all smoothed out, you're ready to pop it in the fridge for a few hours until it gets nice and firm. All right, so once your cheesecake has chilled for a few hours in the fridge and is nice and firm, we'll go ahead and remove it from the pan and put it on your serving plate or platter, whatever you're using. We'll pop the sides off. I do it kind of slowly and gently to give the cheesecake a chance to separate from the edge of the pan. Lift that off. And we have our cheesecake. Now, you can kind of pick it up and see we used parchment paper and baking spray, so it shouldn't stick a lot. Yeah, we can just slide it right off. And you should have a nice, firm, solid cheesecake that you can hold on to while you remove your parchment paper. And then we can pop it onto our platter. All right, looking good. So now we'll set this aside while we make our whipped cream to add on the top. We'll go ahead and add our cold, heavy whipping cream to our bowl and some powdered sugar, which not only sweetens the whipped cream a little bit, but it also keeps it stable so it's not going to wilt once it's on top of your cheesecake. You can add it to your cheesecake a day or even a week ahead of time and it will stay put. And our vanilla extract. We'll pop this on our mixer with the whisk attachment and whip to stiff peaks. then we'll add this to a piping bag. I'm using the Ateco 844 tip, but feel free to use your favorite. All right, so we'll add our whipped cream to our cheesecake, and I've got some Oreos that are cut in half to put in between the swirls. And then I'm just gonna add a few more Oreo crumbs for a final decoration, and then we will be good to go. And there you have your final no-bake Oreo cheesecake. It's creamy, delicious, full of Oreos. You are gonna love it. For the full recipe, head over to lifeloveandsugar.com.